Hello, welcome back to the channel. This is a video to record a new army for me. It's the Black Templars. Now, initially, I was just going to get a couple of the Black Templar units and then flesh out an army using my Deathwatch army Primaris Marines, because most of them are compatible with a Black Templars list and they wear black armor. So yeah, I thought that would be the easiest way to go, but a couple of combat patrols, a couple of other purchases, all of a sudden I've got a dedicated 3,000 point Black Templar army, and yeah, I can still swap in and out Deathwatch units if I think that it needs them. Just experiment, I suppose, with the intercessors, heavy intercessors and what have you. But for now, this is the collection. Unusually, I'm videoing this after its first battle. I normally do it before, but this is 2 or 3 days after its first try. It did really badly. I had 2-3 units in Land Raider Crusaders. I had first turn. I committed too soon, just to see what they could do really. But the units that exited the Land Raiders failed their charges. One was like a 7-inch charge, and I rolled 6 twice with the reroll, and the other was an 8-inch charge, and then I rolled a 7. But that's the way it goes, which meant them the units were exposed out in the open, and then easy prey for the opponent's first turn. So lessons learned: hang back and then only exit Land Raiders when you've got a guaranteed charge. So yeah, and these I use the Champions of Vehemence, which has a detachment rule where you can re-roll charges anyway, but yeah, my ability to roll a 7 or an 8 was yeah, didn't happen. Anyway, what have we got? So I've got Commander Helbrecht and High Marshal Helbrecht and the Banner Ancient with a 10-man squad of eBay find Sword Brethren. They were the ones that probably did the most work in the game, but they were out on the left flank, and once they'd done their work, they were too far out of the game to influence turns 4 and 5. Behind them, we've got the Marshal Castellan and 4 Sword Brethren, and yeah, again, eBay finds just what was available at the time. And then you can see by some of these paint jobs, I've just matched in with what was the core that I was able to find, and then there's no coherent crusade or anything. But looking in the Codex, the example army seemed to have a mixture of you know, red and black and white shoulder trims and things, so not too upset about that. So the third unit is Grimaldus and yeah, 5 Sword Brethren and his 3 servitors. They did okay, they were very resilient, but it had been depleted down to just Grimaldus and a couple of the brothers by turn 2. So their teeth were blunted a bit. And behind them are not Sword Brothers, they're Blade Guard, which I thought I'd invest in because I'm used to playing them with my Eagle Marines, and with the, you know, the Finest Hour and the Banner Bearers extra attacks once per battle, and them having 3 wounds each, and them having invulnerable save, I thought that they would fit quite well with this army. In the battle I've just played, just that front squad there had enough points for, so that's sort of 3 guys, the ancient and a captain. They did okay, but when they went up against a non-assimilator, yeah, the brothers died, the 2 characters were left, but it was a game where by the end of turn 3 it was all over. So I wasn't tabled, but if it had gone on much longer I probably would have been. Also, you can see from the second squad of Blade Guard, I've just primed their shoulder pads for now, which you'll see on the other side. This sort of work in progress, but battle ready. So yeah, 2 lots of Blade Guard, and their, you know, leaders. It's probably as far as I'll go with that. Maybe it'd be nice to pick up a single Blade Guard on eBay to even up the numbers, but I'm in no hurry. And then behind them are the 2 units that didn't appear in the army, but I'll keep them ready for a future battle, as an Impulsor and a Lancer. And obviously the anti-tank on a Lancer, always handy, because the 2 Land Raider Crusaders, apart from the Hunter Killers, didn't have any high strength shots. So yeah, a Lancer to pick off a monster or 2 would be handy, I think, unless it gets one-shotted turn 1 and a waste of points. But yeah, anti-tactics hiding it and all of that. So that's this side. Moving over, got the Emperor's Champion. Again, didn't have the points to include him. He stayed home. But I think next battle I might just take 1 Crusader, maybe the Lancer, not sure on points, but I could do with making room for him so that he can be a lone op, run around, not leading anything, but being a nuisance unit. Behind him, a unit that did make it are the actual Black Templar Crusader squad. I bought and built those, so they've got all of the chainswords and pistols, because I didn't think mixing and matching weapons and stuff would have been worthwhile or necessary. I've got enough with the power swords, I guess. One thing I did do was put the sword brother on a larger base to match the other sword brothers, but he's only got 2 wounds, unlike the others having 3. Strange, but true. And then yeah, their chainswords all get sustained, which was nice. But when they got into combat, it was a bit late in the game and couldn't really influence anything. The Execrator has +1 to charge, I think. +1 to advance, +1 to charge, or maybe he can advance and charge. Anyway, when they actually made contact, it was like a 2-inch charge anyway, so that rule didn't really kick in. They did okay. And then obviously not a Black Templar unit, but the standard assault intercessors. I had 1 squad of the 10 plus a chaplain. The +1 to wound, obviously, I thought would have been good if I was going to face chaff units, but there weren't too many of those in the army I faced. It was all big bugs and monsters, and they were getting +1 to wound in melee anyway because of the vow. So them not having sustained was, yeah, a loss, but it's what I put in the list at the time. Because of eBay and these being really cheap to pick up now, I've actually got two identical squads of them, all with the bolt pistols, chainswords, led by a chaplain. And yeah, I think if I was going to tailor a list to a army that was facing that was more infantry than monsters, then they could probably do a bit of work. And then last infantry unit is Stern Guard, which I just I'm not sure where I picked them up. I think they might have been on the Christmas box sets, but they decided to join the Black Templars. They didn't appear in the list. When they're finished, they will perhaps go in the Impulsor. Might think about getting a character to lead them, but for now they're waiting for their first battle. Obviously I built them with the flamer, not the heavy bolter. I think it's a strength 6 flamer. Anyway, when I eventually get around to playing these again, they might make an appearance, just so I can see what they're capable of. And last units to mention are the 2 Crusaders. Again, eBay finds, they weren't too expensive, to be fair. And yeah, apart from needing to get a multi-melter for one of them, yeah, they're okay. And then again, I think he was in the Christmas box set, Redemptor Dreadnought, built him with the plasma but magnetised, so I can swap it out for the Gatling if needs be. And that's it. That's the new army for 2026, Black Templars. Thank you for watching.